Welcome back to our channel, Zero to English, the podcast dedicated to helping you achieve fluency one practical conversation at a time. We break down real-world English so you can speak confidently in any situation. If you love practical lessons like this, please remember to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell for more videos. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Perry.
And I'm Alan. Perry, I have to say, you look incredibly focused today, like you've already completed all your goals for the month.
I feel like it, Alan. And that's because our topic today is all about the power of completion, how to describe your day by linking your past actions to your present reality.
So here is our promise to you today. If you have ever struggled to explain what you have achieved, what you have learned, or what you've been doing all day, this episode will unlock the elegant structures of the English perfect tenses, allowing you to speak clearly and accurately about your life.
We are starting with the most important tense for daily conversation, the present perfect. This tense connects the past to the present.
The present perfect structure is always have or has plus past participle, V3. I have finished, she has started.
We use the present perfect for two main reasons when talking about your day. Experiences, actions completed in the past with no specific time mentioned, and actions that started in the past and continue now.
For experiences, you are simply stating a fact about the day. I have already drunk 2 cups of coffee this morning. The action is finished, but the morning, the time frame, is still ongoing.
We often use frequency adverbs with this structure. Ever, never, always, often. I have never been late for this podcast.
For actions continuing now, we use time markers like since, a starting point, and for, a duration. I have worked at this company since 2018. The working continues to this moment.
Key takeaway. The present perfect is your best friend when talking about your life because your life is a continuous string of experiences and ongoing situations.
Let's clarify the most common mistake, confusing the present perfect with the simple past. The simple past, I ate, is used for an action finished at a specific time in the past, yesterday, last night. The present perfect, I have eaten, is used for an action finished in the past with no specific time mentioned or where the time period is still ongoing, today, this week.
If you say, I ate lunch at 1 p.m., use the simple past. If you say, I have eaten lunch, implying it's done and I'm ready for the next thing, use the present perfect. The difference is the link to the present moment.
Learners must master the past participle, V3, especially irregular verbs. Practice the forms do, did, done, eat, ate, eaten, see, saw, seen, write, wrote, written. The V3 form is non-negotiable for all perfect tenses.
We use specific time markers frequently with the present perfect. Just, yet, already. Example, I have just arrived. I haven't finished the report yet. I have already sent the email. These 3 words make your daily recount fluent and precise.
In a daily recount, the present perfect is excellent for summarizing. You might start your day by saying, so far today I have handled 3 client calls and have cleared my entire inbox. This immediately highlights your achievements.
We move deeper into the connection between past and present with the present perfect continuous. This is used to express the duration of activities.
The structure here is have or has plus been plus verb ing. I have been working. She has been reading.
The function is simple. Action that started in the past, continued up to now, and is still possibly ongoing or has just finished. The focus is on the activity and its duration.
When asked what you've been doing, this is your go-to tense. I have been studying English for 3 hours. The studying started 3 hours ago and probably just stopped or is about to continue.
We must use for, duration, and since, starting point, with this tense. I've been waiting for the train since 9 a.m.
The subtle difference from the present perfect simple. If you say, I have written 3 pages, the focus is on the completed result, 3 pages. If you say, I have been writing for 2 hours, the focus is on the ongoing activity, writing.
When your boss asks about a task, the continuous tense communicates effort and duration. We have been working on this budget all morning.
We also use this tense to explain current situations by referring to a cause in the recent past. My eyes are tired because I've been staring at the screen all day.
The key takeaway here is that the present perfect continuous adds depth to your daily life description by focusing on the process and effort involved.
Let's clearly contrast the simple and continuous forms with an example. If you are baking, I have baked 3 cakes. Focus on the completed cakes, the result. I have been baking for 4 hours. Focus on the activity, the effort, and the heat in the kitchen. You use the simple form when the result is countable or finished.
The time markers are non-negotiable for the continuous. Use phrases like all day, recently, lately, and specific durations. Example, I have been reading this book lately. This implies the activity is part of your current routine.
We use this tense constantly to explain current states. If you feel tired, I have been running errands since 7 a.m. If you look tanned, I have been sitting outside every day this week. The continuous tense acts as the immediate explanation for the present observation.
A common error is using the continuous tense with stative verbs like know, own, need, like. You cannot say, I have been knowing him for years. You must use the simple perfect, I have known him for years. Stative verbs always use the simple form even if the state continues.
For fluency, practice asking questions using this tense. What have you been working on recently? Or how long have you been waiting? These are essential conversation starters focused on recent activity. We now take a step backward in time to the past perfect. This tense is crucial for storytelling and giving context.
The structure is had plus past participle, V3. I had finished, she had started.
The function is to establish a sequence of events in the past. We use the past perfect, the earlier past, to refer to an action that happened before another specific time or action in the simple past, the main past action.
Imagine a timeline. You have 2 actions in the past. The one that happened first uses the past perfect. The one that happened second uses the simple past.
Example, when I arrived at the office, simple past, the meeting had already started, past perfect. The meeting starting was the first action.
If you mix the tenses, the listener is confused about the order. If you said, when I arrived, the meeting started, it sounds like the meeting started at the exact moment you walked in.
We use time markers like before, after, by the time, or already to clearly link the 2 past events.
Example, before I left the house, I had checked all the windows. The checking happened first.
This tense is vital for explaining reasons or context. I was tired because I had only slept for 4 hours. The lack of sleep, past perfect, explains why you were tired, simple past.
The key takeaway, the past perfect adds depth to your daily recount by allowing you to clarify the history and context leading up to a specific event in the past.
Let's detail the causal relationship use. If you say, the traffic was bad, simple past, because the city had closed the main bridge, past perfect, you are using the earlier action to explain the later consequence. This adds logical flow to your daily narrative.
When sequencing multiple actions, the past perfect clearly demarcates the first action. Imagine a sequence. 1, I ate breakfast. 2, I left the house. 3, I got stuck in traffic. When you tell the story, you say, I got stuck in traffic, but thankfully I had eaten breakfast, so I wasn't hungry. The getting stuck, simple past, is the main story moment, but the eating, past perfect, provides background relief.
Practice using by the time with this tense. By the time the manager reviewed the proposal, the team had already identified the major flaw. This highlights the team's efficiency relative to the manager's review.
A common error is overusing the past perfect. If 2 past actions happen sequentially but quickly, you can often just use the simple past for both. I opened the door and I saw the package. Use the past perfect only when the chronology is essential for clarity or context.
We use the past perfect also to discuss unfulfilled hopes or expectations. I had hoped the meeting would be quick, but it lasted 2 hours. The hope happened first, and the reality, long meeting, happened second.
We now introduce the final past perfect structure, the past perfect continuous.
The structure is had plus been plus verb ing. I had been waiting. She had been looking.
The function is similar to the present perfect continuous, but anchored in the past. Action that was continuous for a period of time up until a specific point in the past.
Example: my eyes were strained because I had been staring at the small screen for 3 hours. The staring, continuous, ended when the eyes became strained, a specific point in the past.
Use for and since here, anchored in the past. I was happy to see them because I had been expecting them since Tuesday.
The past perfect continuous is ideal for explaining the intensity or effort that preceded a specific past event.
The pavement was wet because it had been raining heavily all morning. The continuous raining explains the condition of the pavement at the past moment you observed it.
When telling a story about a busy day, this tense adds drama. When the client finally called, I had been waiting anxiously by the phone for over an hour.
The key takeaway: use this tense to justify why things were the way they were at a specific time yesterday or last week.
Let's distinguish between the simple and continuous forms in the past. Simple past perfect: I had written 3 emails by 10 a.m. Focus on the result, 3 emails. Past perfect continuous: I had been writing emails for 2 hours by 10 a.m., emphasizing the duration or activity, emphasizing the hard work.
We need to emphasize the correct use of time markers specific to the past. All day, all morning, the entire week. Example: I was exhausted last night because I had been hosting visitors all weekend.
This tense is crucial for expressing frustration or relief. I was relieved when the car started because I had been struggling with the engine for nearly an hour. The continuous form highlights the difficulty of the preceding effort.
For fluency, practice combining all 4 structures in a mini story. Example: I have been working on this pitch all day. PPC: I am certain it will succeed. Simple future. Yesterday, when the client called, I had just sent the draft. Past perfect simple, so I was ready to talk about the proposal I had been preparing for weeks. Past perfect continuous.
The past perfect continuous is particularly useful for psychological states leading up to a moment. He looked nervous because he had been anticipating the results for days. This gives context to the emotion observed. We move now to the final tenses, the future perfect and the future perfect continuous. These tenses help you talk about things that haven't happened yet but will be completed or ongoing at a future moment.
The future perfect simple, will have done, structure is will plus have plus past participle, V3. I will have finished. She will have left.
The function, action that will be completed before a specific time in the future. The deadline marker is essential. By Friday, I will have completed the training.
This tense is excellent for setting and meeting future goals. In 3 years, I will have paid off my student loans.
Now the future perfect continuous, will have been doing. The structure is will plus have plus been plus verb ing. I will have been working. She will have been living.
The function, action that will be continuous up to a specific time in the future with emphasis on the duration at that time.
Example: by the time the project launches next month, we will have been developing it for a full year. The focus is on the 12-month duration.
Use the structure to emphasize perseverance or effort. When I retire, I will have been teaching for 40 years.
The future perfect continuous often expresses anticipation or projection of ongoing effort.
Key takeaway: these 2 future perfect tenses give you the tools to project and discuss completion, deadlines, and milestones essential for professional English.
Let's detail the deadline focus of the future perfect simple. Use time markers like by then, before, in 2 weeks. Example, before the meeting on Monday, the entire team will have read the new policy. This is a precise commitment.
We use the future perfect simple in forecasts. The company predicts that by 2030, technology will have replaced 50% of the manual labor. The replacement will be complete by the future date.
The future perfect continuous is used to emphasize the sustained duration of a project. If you are starting a new habit, you can use this for motivation. In 6 months, I will have been exercising consistently for half a year. This makes the future effort feel substantial.
Practice the distinction. By 5 p.m., I will have cleaned the whole house. Simple, focus on the result. By 5 p.m., I will have been cleaning the house for 6 hours. Continuous, focus on the duration or effort. You use the continuous form when the duration is the key point of information.
A common mistake is using the simple future instead of the future perfect. If you say, by Friday, I will finish the report, it sounds awkward. The deadline demands the sense of completion. By Friday, I will have finished the report.
We've covered all 6 perfect tenses, the structures necessary to talk about your day, your history, and your future goals with precision.
Let's quickly review the structure and function of the core perfect tenses.
Present perfect simple. Have, has, plus V3, linking past action or experience to now.
Present perfect continuous. Have or has plus been plus verb ing. Duration of activity up to now.
Past perfect simple. Had plus V3, an action that happened before another past action.
Past perfect continuous. Had plus been plus verb ing. Duration of activity up until a past moment.
Future perfect simple. Will plus have plus V3, an action completed before a future deadline.
Future perfect continuous. Will plus have plus been plus verb ing. Duration of activity up until a future moment.
For practice, use the recount, explain, forecast drill. Recount your morning, present perfect. Explain why you were tired, past perfect. Forecast your week's goals, future perfect.
Remember that the perfect tenses are your tools for contextualizing time, sequence, and effort. They move your English beyond simple fact stating into sophisticated storytelling.
Your goal is not perfection, but selecting the tense that accurately reflects the time relationship between your actions.
Thank you for joining us on Zero to English.
You now have the tools to tell the complete story of your perfect day.
And remember to subscribe for more videos like this.
Goodbye for now.